Can we start now?
Yes, sir. I request our area coordinator. I request our N.S.S program officer and area coordinator, Western Suburban District, Malad, Dr. Vivek Chaubey, to share his thoughts.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I am very sorry for the technical glitches which is happening because of some YouTube problem. On the behalf of Director Madam, Dr. Mrs. Nancy Jose, our Principal, Professor Dr. Maushmi Datta, Vice Principals, Professor V.G. Suchak and Dr. Mona Mehta, University Registrar, Professor Sudhir Puranik, Officer on Special Duty, N.S.S, University of Mumbai, Professor Sushil Shinde sir, all the district coordinators who have joined from different districts of N.S.S, our faculty members, convener of this program, soft skill development program, Professor Nanda Kishore Sonar sir. So I welcome today's guest speaker, how to prepare for the examination, Professor Thomson Thomas. Personally, I know sir for last 10 years, and I think today all the students from across the Maharashtra, around 4 to 5 districts have joined. They will benefit from his experience in the examination department. Sir is the controller of examination at Nagindas Khandwala College Autonomous, and he has been in the exam department for more than 25 years. So I welcome Thomson sir. Welcome sir. Zalak.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Before we begin, I would like to read out the rules once. Participants are requested to keep their video off and audio on mute. Please do not present the screen during the webinar. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them in the chat box. We have set time aside for questions towards the end of webinar. Without further delay, our volunteer Hema Rajput will introduce our speaker for today, Professor Thomson Thomas.
Thank you, Zalak. Good evening, everyone. I, Ms. Hema Rajput, would like to introduce our speaker for today, Professor Thomson Thomas. Sir has completed MSc B.Ed in Mathematics and Diploma in Computer Software Techniques from University of Mumbai. Since 28 years, Professor Thomson has been teaching mathematics and statistics along with computer applications in Nagindas Khandwala College Autonomous. Initially the exam in charge and now the controller of examination since our college became autonomous. He is the most suitable person to guide us on how to prepare for examinations. We are delighted to have you amongst us today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rasputin. At the outset, I congratulate the N.S.S team as a whole for organizing this soft skill program for so many days. And so many resource persons have been selected. And I am glad to say that I am one among them. So today, I thank especially Chaubey sir, Sona sir for selecting me as a resource person for this particular topic. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. So I will share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. It's
Yes, sir.
perfectly visible.
Thank you. If there is any glitches comes in between, please let me know. Okay. Very good evening to one and all present here. See here, actually we are coming to a student's point of view, coming to the next semester. Even semester examinations are expected to come very shortly, so that preparation is already on. So I think this is the right time I got to share some thoughts with you that through which students will be benefited to appear for the examinations with confidence. I have included the term confidence also, and at the same time to score better grades. So in order to get confidence and to get more grades for the different courses as per the given curriculum or a given program, so many factors are involved. Some of the things you must be knowing, students must be knowing, and they must be applying from their level. But certain things, they may not be much aware about it. So you can coordinate all these factors involved, which will help you to score more grades. Now, instead of saying more marks, I would say more grades. So we will come in detail because the maximum awareness of this choice-based credit system, which has been introduced by the Mumbai University itself right from 2016-17. Since then, our college has become autonomous. Actually, our college has volunteered the autonomous status rather than waiting for the order to come, because we have graded A grade by the NAC. So we were almost prepared for this autonomous status. So now coming to the actual things involved in examination, I would like to start with a slide. So there are certain protocols to be followed. So here it is just an advice or just a slogan like proper preparation prevents poor performance. So in other words, if you want to give a good, better performance, there must be proper preparation. So we all are prepared or preparing for the examinations. Students' point of view, I'm telling. So where you have to improve to do the best performance during the examination, which will in turn help you to score higher grades. Your grades actually matters because when we come across the SGPA value and finally CGPA value, each and every mark matters. So we will come to that particular point after some time. So initially, especially under autonomous, we are deciding the curriculum and almost curriculum framework in the sense different types of courses are involved in the curriculum for a particular program. I don't know how many of the students are aware about that. So you are learning accountancy, economics, mathematics, statistics, etc., business law, all these things. But you must have seen certain subjects for a particular program. Throughout the program, you will see in each semester. So such courses are called core courses, which will have more weightage and which will have more credits as well. That means more time will be devoted to such courses from the side of faculties as well as from the side of students. And there will be allied courses. Then, as per the CBCS rule, there will be discipline-specific courses involved. Discipline-specific elective courses are involved. Then ability enhancement compulsory courses are involved. Finally, general elective courses are involved. So different category of courses. Now the term courses coming into picture. Earlier we were used to say subjects, but here the terminology used is courses. So different types of courses are coming under a particular curriculum of a particular program. So here students, I know so many students are attending, they are coming from different programs. So I cannot take a particular program now, but all these category of courses are involved in your syllabus or in your framework, curriculum framework. Now coming to this, initially at the beginning, certain factors, you have to be very keen about certain factors before just by a faculty for a particular topic or particular subject. So we just get the syllabus at any time. We just attend the lectures delivered by different faculties. It should not be like that. You should have a thorough idea, knowledge about the syllabus first. So go through the syllabus first before going for the preparation. Now, this syllabus, what are the topics involved are clearly mentioned in the syllabus. So it is mandatory subtopics, everything will be mentioned. So you have to go through this syllabus thoroughly before going for a particular topic or preparation. If at all you have any doubt, you can meet the respective concerned teacher to get the clarity in a particular area. Now coming to when the moment you start, from there I have to speak, not just to preparing for the examination at the last moment. So the learning procedure is a continuous process throughout that academic year for a particular program. So the academic year is divided into different semesters, 6 semesters, and in first year level, second year level, third year level, and we have odd semesters and even semesters as well. We all are aware about that. So before beginning with a particular lecture, as I mentioned, we have to be very thorough with the syllabus. So for an autonomous college, there will be some changes, some around 20 to 30% changes in the syllabus. So that syllabus will be taken from current affairs or latest changes in a particular area. So you have to be very careful and you should have clarity about that syllabus. Now, there is a difference between study material and lecture notes. So preparation begins here. Every lecture, attending the lecture proper way, seriously, very important. So when you attend the lectures, definitely, especially nowadays online lectures, teachers are using this PPT and certain important keywords they prefer and they will display like this on the screen. So you have to make a note of, this is called flashcards, I can say. So you have to, first of all, while attending the lecture, whatever points you can note down during the lecture. You can think how many of us are doing all these things. So which means that they are called lecture notes. So you are just getting familiarized with the terms and techniques or terminology used in a particular topic. It could be science, arts or commerce, whatever it may be. So under a particular topic, when teacher talk about or discuss about or explain certain things, so many terminologies and points are coming out. So you should have a habit of preparing yourself such notes. Then as and when the study material is provided to you for your reference or for a better reading, so you will become somehow familiar with the terms. Not just first time you are seeing all these things. And so you will not get clear idea about when you read a particular explanation or a paragraph. So study material is different. I think you must have understood, and lecture notes different. Now definitely in the syllabus itself, we used to mention the reference books. So you can expand your points. So I told you it is a continuous process of learning, so which includes referring books and getting additional points under a particular topic. So if you can do this, at least now onwards, definitely there will be proper content learning involved in your learning procedure. So now, under this semester-based grading system, a person's performance, a learner's performance is evaluated under two components. That is continuous internal evaluation, not simply internal evaluation. CIE stands for continuous internal evaluation. So when you go through each and every topics under a particular module or module-wise under a particular syllabus, so here we are very particular. We are taking the continuous internal evaluation that module-wise. So you will be studying module-wise at the right time, and you will be appearing for the examination. So many outcomes are measured. Learning outcomes are measured through this continuous internal evaluation. We are coming to that stage after some time. So it is not simply conducting examination and all. There are certain strategy involved in conducting this continuous internal evaluation. So some part of your 100 marks reserved for continuous internal evaluation. So every content learning of every chapter, every module will be measured or evaluated. So that evaluation tool, from that result, you can have an analysis on yourself, self-analysis, through which you can improve. Of course, with the proper guidance through a particular faculty. Now, you must be aware about the question pattern of his SCE stands for semester and examination. Question paper pattern you will get from the respective teacher. You think yourself whether it is required or not. So through question paper pattern, you will be getting clear idea about what all type questions are expected to come and which chapter is to be given more weightage or more time you have to spend to study a particular chapter. Some chapters may be comparatively difficult. You may keep it aside. So in that case, in order to score higher grades, you cannot avoid certain topics. So you will have to take more time. You have to spare more time to study such topics. Now you will be given certain questions. We have a question bank. So when you get that question bank, you have to solve such questions. It is applicable to theoretical subjects as well as that practical oriented subjects like computer, mathematics, accountancy subjects, etc. Now next point is we are coming to the review previous exams. I'm not talking about when you go to semester 2, you have to review semester 1. No. Even lower level examinations, lower standard examinations also, you have to review. 10th standard, 11th, 12th standard, or when you are in SYBCom, about FYBCom performance. So where you are lacking, how to improve. So your previous exams also matters in the sense their performance where you found difficulty or where you have to improve to get more marks and all. So reviewing previous exams also matters. Now just I am summarizing whatever things we are explained. We have seen. So first of all, better idea about syllabus, question paper pattern, analysis, or analyze previous question papers. And if at all you have any doubt under this learning way, you should have proper discussion with your concerned faculty, so that your doubts will get cleared. Maybe about the syllabus. Some terms may be may not be familiar with you, very new topic for you. So there should be some interaction with your concerned faculty to get clear idea about that particular topic. Now, as I said, here, whenever this internal assessment criteria is involved, there will be vision. Either it may be 75% or 25% 75% pattern or 40-60 pattern. So here somehow we are aware about all these things. But only thing, some of the students may not be knowing, under each component, the students should score or obtain minimum of 40% marks. Internal assessment separately and semester examination separately. So if and overall you have to score 40 out of 100. So some students sometimes comes with a doubt. So I am getting 40 out of 100. But my result is showing I have failed. So that student did not notice that the student is failing in internal component. So you have to, in short, you have to clear both the components. Now, subject-wise, I am talking. Subject-wise, if you think, the internal assessment criteria will be different. So students, usually faculties are giving proper guidance to students what type of internal assessment criteria is involved in a particular topic. It can differ from course to course. BC, for business communication, it can be one way. For chemistry, for physics, or for mathematics, it will be different. And so these criteria will be given by the teacher, and students should have that criteria with them and they have to follow accordingly. I told you, even internal assessment marks also very important to get higher grades. So coming to 6 steps process. So initial preparation is over from the beginning. Now we have to follow whatever learning procedure happens. But still, you should set a goal to achieve a certain goal. First you have to set. I mean to say, for example, if you want to get O grade for a particular subject or a particular semester, so you have to first you have to change your mindset, and accordingly you set the goal. At the same time, the goal can be after graduate, for what I have to go. So it can be CA, CS, etc. So you have to, through the measuring scale of different examinations, you will get idea about yourself. You have your capacity, up to what extent I can improve, etc. Accordingly, you have to set a goal, and that way you have to select a particular program for higher education. After the graduation, you can continue. So then you should have a positive attitude towards exam. That is separately, I will be explaining that. Now you have to have a separate plan across days and for within a day also. And what do you mean by smart study? I will be explaining. And how to act on exam day, and how to manage your time before exam, during a particular period, after you get the timetable from the exam department, and during the exam also, how to finish all the questions in a stipulated time period. So here, set a goal, I said. your goal must be clear and well defined. And through the degree, whatever grades you are scoring, according to the score of your grades, you should be able to measure your degree of success. I mean, if you can improve from A to A plus, so this final grade semester wise will help you to improve further. And you have to set always attainable goals. Whatever way you can get time and you can spare time, as I said before, that much only you can expect. So if you are decided you will spend this much time only, you will attend this many lectures only. So that way, if you decide from your side, and you may not achieve the possible goals as you wish. So that is why here it is mentioned, set relevant goals and set time-bound goals. Whatever time-bound you are decided for a practical purpose, for theoretical topics, study, etc. So in that time-bound, you have to utilize wisely and achieve the goals. Now, when we talk about this positive attitude, the very prime requirement is we have to believe ourselves. You should have belief in yourself. In the sense, once you think that I cannot, so then your mind will start negatively. You will not be successful to gain the required goal in your life as also. It's not only for studying activities, in our life also. First of all, we have to believe in ourselves and whatever work we are doing for others, whether it is helping for others, then that can be measured by yourself. Now, next is get organized. So we should have a particular system within us. We should have a time frame. We should have a plan. According to the plan, and when we come across the study material, when we receive, after that, how to study all these, or after studying, how to remember easily. How can we remember easily? By organizing things in a proper manner. Now coming to how to manage your time, then how to study smartly, then some examination taking strategies. So believe in yourself means it is important to have a positive mindset. And of course, you should know what is your strengths and what is your weaknesses. Accordingly, so you will try to strengthen, means wherever you are lacking, you have to remove that negativity from your mind. Now, as I told before, we are aware about our previous performance. On the basis of our previous performance, we can improve further. So, now when we come across this study materials, so here we can see, first of all, when you start with a revision, whether it is well organized or not, which one? The study materials which you are having for a particular subject. Sometimes we mix up all the subjects materials and keeping here and there. It should not happen. So we are studying systematically from module 1 to last module. So as and when you finish, you have to maintain it systematically, and when you come for revision, it will help you a lot to study in a systematic manner so that your time will not get wasted. Now, we should avoid cramming. That means we should have our own study schedule. So what subject you will study in the morning which will help you more, in the afternoon or in the night, so that we can plan. according to your plan, if you study, then it will be more effective learning, we can say. So here it is mentioned what time you study so that you can understand better. And you may have some other activities to do. So you have to have some gap. I am not telling that throughout you study. So you have to involve in some activities like just now also you are involved in some activities. Like that, that is, some time is reserved for that. There will be some changes in the previous plan, but rearrange it, reorganize it, and whatever time you are already fixed, you are supposed to spend that much time you have to study. So you make sure yourself whether you are utilized that time wisely or not. Now we were talking about, we have seen smart study. So different combination of different study methods if you adopt, which will help you a lot to remember. So for example, discussion method. Whenever you get a chance with your friends, you can discuss about a topic amongst yourself. Now you have to revise the things not only once, maybe 2-3 times in different methods, not simply methods. Maybe reading first, then maybe writing or through discussion. As I said before, you may prepare some charts, etc. Anyway, in short, in order to remember or organize in your memory all the information, better we prefer different study methods. That is called study smart. So if you apply different study methods, suppose you are applying only reading, you may get idea about 10% of the content what you read. Here it is saying, now when you hear little more percentage, if you do both hearing and observing, you may get 50% of what you want to study. But remember, you will study about 70% of a particular topic. I am not about all the syllabus, particular topic, which in turn will help you to study all the topic in the similar style. So whenever you are in a position to explain to others what you have studied, to discuss with others what you have studied. That means around 95% of content you have studied for a particular topic. Now, say in smart study, you can select some important topics first. Certain topics you may not have to spend more time to spend. So study important topics first, and you can, but as I said before, your allocated days for some subjects, some courses, you have to be stick on that particular plan so that it will be easy for achieving your goal. And whenever you take a particular time and as per the plan, if it goes and you could study, you can reward yourself. So you are having your own plan. Nobody will be there to maybe measuring how far you have studied, etc. So in degree level, we have to take responsibility ourselves to study the whole content of a particular topic so that it will be reflected in your final marks. Now, in the next slide, I will talk about this spaced repetition means what. Sometimes it may happen that I know the material, but I cannot figure out how to answer the question. So it happens. That means there is no proper way you are storing the contents in your memory. So for that only we are trying for spaced repetition. That means, instead of studying a particular topic at a stretch for a particular subject, Either you can give a gap in between the duration. But if you are decided for a particular subject 2 hours, you have to spare 2 hours. But continuous, at a stretch, if you sit for 2 hours, it may not be smart learning. So for smart learning, you should have a break in between. Now, in another way, I can say, if you, some students may prefer 2 hours will be divided into two for two different subjects after giving 10 minutes gap. That also you can apply as a part of smart study. So same topic will be repeated in the next particular slot, time slot. So every time slot can be divided for either different subjects or the time slot for same subject with a proper gap. And you can decide the date, with calendar or particular plan, you have to decide, especially when you get a particular timetable for a particular examination. So normally 20 to 25 days before you get, but up to that, and your study is over. It is not like after getting the timetable, we start with our preparation. So our preparation is over. Now for the better performance in the examination, this particular period should be used wisely with by considering the days, time, etc. Now you can have a one-day plan. If I think you can decide morning what you study. Normally morning time is challenging subjects that need the most effort. So you will feel very fresh. Now, sometimes we are interested in doing numerical subjects. So you will be totally involved in solving problems. So you can prefer afternoon time. Evening time, you can prefer for memory-based subjects. We have seen different types of subjects in the first slide itself. So if you prefer this kind of one-day plan, so it is saying that your short-term memory will going towards long-term memory. Now, as I said just now, numerical subject means accountancy, mathematics involved. There are memory-dependent subject and interpretive subjects. So you can choose a particular time in a day, what subject. Definitely, this one is for effective learning, this kind of thinking is required. Now we know in 24 hours, even if you take 8 hours study in a day, remaining 8 hours and for social interaction and all another 8 hours for taking rest, etc. Or in between, as I told you in the previous slide, you can have break in between. By considering all these, that 8 hours refreshments or relaxation you can spare. Now, there are certain commonly, even if your busy schedule you should have a proper food, proper way you have to take rest at the right time. Now, during the examination season, better you avoid involving in certain computer games and watching TV, etc. Last minute studying and cramming does not help you. So, during the examinations, this, usually you have to give much importance to this particular one. Usually our parents or teachers usually tell you before the examination. This is just a, similar one only. Your question paper, the moment you get, you should not start immediately. You should have a thorough reading and you find out. If I talk about offline examination, this will be more helpful to you. So you have to start immediately without wasting much time. Use only that reading time. Now, you should have a smart guess for, correct, smart guess for a particular question which you don't know. So, it is advisable for not to don't leave any blank answer. So, if there is no negative marking, without leaving blank, you have to answer all the questions. So some topics and using the terminology used in the question itself, you can have a smart guess, or you can recollect. You might have attended the lecture, you might have listened the topic details, etc. So you can write something. So I told you 59 marks if a student get, it is B plus grade. But if you get one more mark, 60, it becomes A grade. So even 1 mark matters. So then 1 mark only helped you to get the higher grade. So keeping that in mind only, I am telling all these things. So check before going to the next. That is very important. In some cases, especially, I will correct this. So in some cases, we are overconfident. So you may think, I have done correctly, I got the answer. So always double check is required before going to the next, without taking much time at the same time. Now, after solving the whole question only, you have to go for extra questions to solve. In some cases, options are there. So if there are options, you can solve those extra questions only after solving all questions. Now, what not to do during the examination? So try to avoid, this is health related things. Everybody knows all these things. Now, this one is important. Do not change your reference book at the last moment. So you may go for changing certain learning strategy. What happens, neither that nor this, you will be in that stage. So you will not get proper way of remembering means capacity at that moment. So last moment, running here and there, getting the notes, all these should be avoided. So well in advance, at the right time, if you organize your notes, as I explained before, you will not have to get procrastinated. Do not get influenced by someone else's strategy. As I told you can have your own lifestyle, your own strategy for learning. You prefer your own way. So if you share with the others and others are also trying to follow them, then that may not be much successful to achieve a particular goal. Now, sometimes we keep some difficult chapters aside. At the last moment, better not to prepare that chapter. So which may not which will affect negatively for whatever chapters you have studied from other topics. Now, of course, it is a rule also during the examination, try to avoid discussing all such things. Now, as I said, this choice-based credit system is there in place. Here, there are some criteria involved. Students should be aware about their criteria. This is an example only. So you are coming from different colleges. So you should get this criteria for internal assessment, maybe 25 marks pattern or 40 marks pattern from the respective or concerned teacher. And there is passing standard in each system. So in short, I can say whatever is total marks, it's 40% will be the passing mark. If it is out of 25, 40% of 25. Semester end examination out of 75, 40%, and overall 40%. Similarly, we are applying the logic in 60-40 pattern as well. Now this one is very important. After adding this internal mark component and external mark component, actually the marks will be taken, and through this 10-point grading table, your grade will be decided. If you are not aware about this, then you cannot achieve a particular goal. So your goal should be, suppose I must score above 80. So you have a target, 80 marks and above, so that you will get O grade. Similarly, 70 to 80, A plus. And 60 less than 70, A grade. 50 to 60 less than 60, B plus. And the least grade is D grade if your marks between 40 and 45. And every grade is having its own grade points. Every grade is having its own grade points. And every course is having its own credits. So that credits, if you have a doubt, you can ask your concerned teacher. They will tell you what is the credit assigned for a particular subject. So credit is constant for all students. So, but grade point is depending on your overall performance. So you can decide, you can set a goal in such a way that whether I should go for 10 point or 9 grade or 8 grade point 7, and the minimum one is 4. Now, after you get all these grades, your SGPA is calculated. I cannot avoid this because to score higher grades, students should be aware about all these calculations involved in the grade card preparation. So in the grade card preparation, your grade point will be multiplied with the respective credit point. Credit is constant. So you can see denominator summation of credits. That is a constant. Maybe in a particular semester, total credits 22, maybe 24, maybe 26 or 36, whatever it may be. But the numerator will be depending on your grades in different subjects. What I mean to say, numerator increases, your SGPA also increases. So here SGPA column is there in the last column. After calculation of this SGPA using this particular formula, summation of CI into GI upon summation CI. So you will get a particular value between a particular range. Suppose you are getting between 6 and 6.9, your grade overall grade would be B grade. Similarly, in between 8 and I will go to higher grades. 8 and 9, you will be A grade. 9 and 9.9 A plus grade. And 10 O grade, which means that if you score O grade in all courses, then only you can get SGPA 10. Similarly, if you can get, but 80 marks only you have to score minimum. 80 and above, you will get a O grade. So, if you are scoring O grade throughout your semesters, finally when CGPA is calculated, CGPA what is involved? CGPA, what is involved you see? SI. SI stands for SGPA of a particular semester. So, there is another formula for calculating the final grade point average, taking all semesters, provided that you have cleared all subjects. This will not be calculated until and unless you clear all the semesters right from 1 to 6. So this knowledge is mandatory for every student as far as this credit-based grading system is concerned. Now, there is another screen in 10-point grading system. Since your performance is evaluated as a grade value. When you go for a particular job, they may ask for a transcript or a conversion in the percentage form. So there is a specific circular from university, that circular only saying that use this formula, you can convert SGPA into percentage semester wise and CGPA which comes or calculates at the last semester, that is 6th semester. So there is a formula for this. This formula, if you apply, you will see how much percentage you scored in a particular semester. Because old pattern we were having how much percentage you scored in a particular examination. Okay, now semester wise, throughout the semester we are using this particular formula for conversion of your SGPA into percentage. So in some mark sheets I have seen some colleges, their marks are not mentioned, only grade points are mentioned. So it will be difficult to find out the total marks out of 600 or 700 scored in a particular paper to find out. So that time you have to use this formula so that I can use that word, approximate value of your percentage will be calculated. But in our college, we are showing the marks, actual marks scored by the student in the grade card. So we can calculate even percentage also. And at the same time, you can compare this calculated value with the calculated value using this particular formula. Now, students may not be aware about this. Your evaluation pattern involves measuring what outcome you are attained, even module wise. Different topics, different type of work you have to do. As far as my subject is concerned, there are certain topics which are used for analysis or which are measuring numeric ability, how far you can remember, up to what extent you understood the topic. All these outcomes can be measured through examination. How I will say, suppose there are 10 questions. So one question will be meant for measuring the outcome understanding. Another question may be measuring application skill. Another question may be measuring analysis skill. So if a student could attempt that particular question successfully, which implies that the student has attained that particular level. So in engineering level, their creativity will be measured. Science-like subjects, computer-related subjects. You will create a separate software. You may develop a software, new software, or new program may be developed for a particular problem to be solved. So that creativity can be measured using certain topics, and you can evaluate yourself, or we can say that evaluate or justify a stand or decision. How far the student has valued that particular topic, that can be evaluated using or outcome can be measured with certain topics. So we are supposed to, as a teaching faculty, we are supposed to set question paper which should be able to measure each outcome under Bloom's taxonomy after the examination. Not before the examination, after the examination, of course. From the result, we are calculating the attainment level. How many percentage of students attained a particular level? That can be measured easily. So there are some procedure and formula to find out the attainment level of course outcomes. These are called course outcomes. So in short, outcome-based system is involved. So here we were discussing about up to what extent you can score. If a student is scored O grade, means almost all levels have been attained by that particular student. So you can feel proud of yourself. So your examination, preparation strategy involved to achieve all these goals. Now there are certain etiquette allowed to keep term, means rules and regulations you have to follow. Our students should be aware about it. As per the university norms, even non-autonomous college and autonomous college follow the same pattern. The student cannot be failed in more than 2 subjects, 2 courses in a particular semester. The student can take admission in the next semester, but in the next semester, the student is supposed to clear the backlogs or previous semester backlogs, I would say, so that the student can go from or travel without wasting the years. They can travel through this program from FI to SY, SY to TY. So we are listening this not to get such type of not to face failure in our studies. So I will not take more time in this slide. Okay. Now we are having certain highlights under autonomy. I can say if students are having any grievances in their exam after the examination, if it is offline mode we are conducting, there is a provision for verification of your answer books. And even you can take the photocopy of answer books. Nowadays, we are attending online lecture, online platform only. Now, we used to prepare. So, for an institution, it's better to have a tentative examination schedule at the beginning so that students can have a proper planning for their studies. Now, here I will come to this last one. Everything in a nutshell. So from my explanation, if you could understand, so these are the major area which I covered. Exam preparation tips. Organize your study space. Get enough rest. Practice on old exams. I think I have mentioned you have to go for previous year question papers and solving those question papers for a better performance in the forthcoming examinations. So there discussion, interaction with the teachers, solving problems. So after you do the smart study, definitely if you have a better solving problems of previous question papers, which will definitely help you to remember effectively. And amongst your friends, you can explain your answers for a particular topic or under a topic with others, so that they will also listen. That is why it is involved in smart study. You can organize study groups with your friends through discussion, sharing study materials. You can consolidate those materials and you can have a better performance. So these are all we have discussed, and thank you all for proper listening and patiently. And if you have any doubt, you can come forward with your doubts. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. If anyone has any question, please mention them in the chat box. Sir, we have some questions in chat box. Should I read them or you will look into it?
It's okay. Please read.
Okay, so this is a question from Tapasya. If a student gets A grade in first year and B plus grade in SEM 3, If he gets A grade in the remaining 3 semesters, what grade will be awarded at the end of third year?
Okay, good question. Actually, this grade, overall grade SGPA, will be converted into just opposite procedure we will do. How this A grade is awarded using that formula, sigma C into G upon sigma C. So we will reciprocate the procedure. But if we come from my experience, I will tell you the combination of A grade and B plus. I will repeat, combination of A and B plus only. You may get either B plus or A. That depends on number of A's and B plus. Combination of A plus and O would be definitely A plus. We cannot expect O, because O grade, if you want to get, you have to get O grade throughout for all the semesters. So if you want to know exactly, this is the only way out, you can approach the exam in charge. They can also help you. You can calculate the actual value of summation CG that is available. From that, we will be able to find out what grade you get. Suppose I told you now 7.8, so you have to think about above 7.8. You should cross 8. Then it becomes A grade. You should cross 9. Then you get A plus. Okay? Any other question?
Yes, sir. This question is from Snow's son, Joseph, College, Father Angel. The question is how to emotionally stabilize ourselves if we get KT.
See, that is a psychological related question. As I said, some or other reason, unfortunately, some students may get KT. But my personal advice is, first of all, you find out the reason in which you got KT. You have to find out for what reason you got KT in a particular subject. Then, if you explain it to some concerned teacher, proper interaction is required with the teacher. Definitely, that teacher will guide you in what particular chapter or topic he or she has to give more attention. So you don't have to be emotionally upset or without discussing with anyone. Please open up with your respective teacher, and for what, maybe finding difficulty in a particular topic. So definitely you may need more interaction, more practice in a particular topic. The teacher can guide you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. The next question is from Sneha Pawar, Shailendra Degree College. She is asking how to escape exam failures.
How to?
Like how to
escape from
she has not
failure.
it well.
I think he meant this only, how to come out from failing for a particular subject. So that is why
exactly the question is like, if we are prepared and still we are afraid of giving exam, what should we do?
That is why, why we are getting afraid. You are not developed the confidence in that particular subject. That is what I started my session right from the beginning. If you can follow, definitely that fear will go from you. See, you have listened my lecture. You are supposed to follow certain strategy which I have explained in this particular session. So I expect that particular student should follow this exam strategy to remove fear from her mind, so that it will create confidence or improve confidence level, and they can go for appear for the examination. So the fear is due to so many reasons. Maybe keeping the study material at the last moment, they can study. Some students can study at the last moment. But what happens, at the last, that is why I have avoid cramming, running here and there and getting material from many sources and studying together and organizing at that time. So that confidence level will go, whether I can remember or not. So this kind of thinking comes in the picture. So avoid that kind of way of study in general, I can tell you. Okay?
Okay, sir. Next question is from Dipali Moria, Abhinav Gyan Mandir College. Sir, I got B plus in first sem. In further all semesters, I got A plus and O grade. So what will be the final grade?
B plus only in one sem, na?
Yes, sir.
Then other grades are A and A plus. O is also there. So there is a chance for A plus. Got it? See, with the grade, we can say finally there is no formula for how many A's, how many A plus and how many O will be there. So sometimes what happens, there will be more O grades and other grades would be A plus only. So combination, of course, A plus only I told. But if there is B plus and more B plus and more A plus and only one O, so the student may get A grade only then. Student may get A grade only at that case. So it is depending on number of A's, number of A plus, number of B plus and number of O. I cannot give you immediate answer. I got somewhere O, I got somewhere A, I got somewhere A plus. Understood? So it is depending on how many, as she said, in her case, chance is either A or A plus, not more than that. Chance is there for overall grade I am talking, either a combination of B plus, A plus and O. Combination average would be CGP I am talking, it must be either A or A plus. Any other question?
Yes, sir. What is the best strategy for exams if we have less time to prepare for exam?
Why there is less time for preparation? There is another question from my side. Less time for preparation means the study method and a strategy is different from what I have explained in my session. Again, I am telling, if you go for last moment study, this whatever I explained, you cannot apply. Practically, you cannot apply whatever strategy I have explained. As per my strategy, right from first day, your learning starts. Understood? And if you got the study material at a time, overall, material if you got at a time, at a particular moment, in that case, what I can suggest from that moment you should have a personal planning, your own planning. Understood what I mean to say? You should have a personal planning to achieve the goal. So you may have to spend more time in a day for studying those many things in short span of time. That only way out. Are you convinced with my explanation?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any other?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening and attending. If you are taking seriously whatever I explained in your current study as well as present study as well as future career also, better you implement it in your lifestyle also, which will help you to achieve your goal in your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Without further delay, our volunteer Hema Rajput, our volunteer Tisha Vora will propose the vote of thanks. Over to you, Tisha.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ms. Tisha Vora on behalf of the N.S.S cell University of Mumbai, N.S.S. Unit 28 of Nagindas Khandwala College, along with Department of English of Nagindas Khandwala College, consider it my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for Soft Skill Development Program Day 4. We are extremely grateful to Professor Thomson Thomas for addressing us on this important topic. He took valuable time out from his busy schedule to do this for us. I'm sure all the participants must have benefited immensely from your talk on how to prepare for examination. Thank you, sir. Thanks to the Department of English for their cooperation in organizing this event. We are also grateful to our director, Dr. Mrs. Ansi Jose, our principal, Professor Dr. Moshmi Datta, our vice principals, Professor Vijay Suchak and Dr. Mona Mehta, area coordinator, and our program officer, Dr. Vivek Chaube, for rendering us constant support. I also thank our management, the MKES, for giving us the opportunity to organize this event. I extend a big thanks to all our N.S.S faculty and the student leaders for their cooperation, as no program can be a success with the efforts of only a single person. I would like to thank all our participants too. We hope you have learned a lot from today's session. Thank you all for making this event such a success with your patient presence. Hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All the best to all students.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. We have posted the feedback form in the chat box. Make sure you fill the feedback form and then sign off.
So can I leave?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Make sure you fill
Thank you, sir.
feedback form and then sign off.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you all the program officers, district coordinators, area coordinators for joining this soft skill development program and encouraging students to join such activities. Zalak, can I leave?
Yes, sir.